What's wrong with John Morgan?
Did you guys pick Jimmy Crute?
Did I pick Jimmy Crute?
Did you pick Jimmy Crute?
I don't think I picked it. I didn't pick this fight.
No, just on the MMA Junkie thing where all the writers pick fights.
Yeah, it's this man right here.
Yeah.
I picked wrong.
It was like an 8-4. What kind of shit is that?
It's just, you got to read MMA. You got to read
I'm just
fighting.
listen, guys. You know I don't care. I'm just giving it.
We deserve it.
That's all right.
Well, Anthony, congrats on the win. Initial thoughts after your second straight victory.
I mean, that's pretty much how I thought it would. You know, you see all the predictions and the pundits and the fans online. They really thought he was going to smoke me. Like it wasn't even going to be competitive. Excuse me, a voice is hoarse from all this screaming. I just didn't see it going like that. Like I've been in this game 15. What is going on with this mic?
It's been doing that all night.
Anyways, I've been in this game 15 years. I had like 31 professional fights before Jimmy Crute. It's not like he's going to come in and just blow me out of the water. You know, he's not going to dust me. I don't think there's anyone in the division that can do that, including when John Jones was here. He didn't dust me. He didn't blow me out of the water and make it look like I didn't. So I'm just happy. To be honest, I kind of feel bad for Jimmy Crute. He's actually a really nice guy. You know, we had some interactions at weigh-ins and, you know, in the back here even, you know, he's just a nice dude. He's going to be really, really good. I can tell he's got the potential in the skill set. He's just got to get the experience.
The jab and the leg kick obviously seemed to work with you. Ended the fight. Was that part of the game plan, or just knew something you could take advantage of in the moment?
That was the entire game plan. Stick the jab. We did it versus Glover. You know, I think the Glover fight looked very similar to the beginning to that fight. There were circumstances that just didn't work out. So that was it. We don't get it too deep into game plans. We're aware of where he's. We throw the jab, land some leg kicks, and then just instinctually fight from there.
Did you know his leg was done at the end of round one? Did you expect him to come back out because the doctor was kind of making him walk back and forth?
I didn't expect him to get back up. As fighters, you know when there's a hard leg kick. I really sunk that one in there. And then his reaction, I thought if we got back up, he wouldn't be able to stand. So credit to him, he lasted longer than I thought he was going to. Even through those grappling exchanges, he still fought through it. So I figured once we sat down, I was kind of not paying attention at first to what I was saying, because I was like, no way he's coming out for that second round. So then they it was like, man, it's into the first half of that because it looks like he's going to come.
What'd you make of the fans being back in attendance, and did you hear the chants in the middle of your fight?
That might be my single favorite moment I've ever had in my whole career. Like, the fans going crazy. Like, I've never had reception like that before. I've never fought in the UFC in my home state before. And they were booing him. Like, it was nuts, man. Like, by far my most favorite walkout for sure, but that might be my best moment in my career.
And then when do you want to get back in there? Is there any specific names you want moving forward?
Man, you guys know me. I don't like fighting in the summertime, so if I can avoid fighting this summer, I will. If a great opportunity pops up that I can't turn down, we'll take it. But I'd like to take the summer off, keep continuing working, get back and forth to Denver, and just continue to get better. I need to do a better job of skill building in between fights. So, that's my plan right now.
Try holding the
microphone's driving me fucking crazy.
Try holding it up a bit. Maybe you're covering the receiver at the
bottom.
Right
there?
No, like hands at the top. Yeah.
I like this?
That's it.
Okay, let's try that. I feel like a rapper.
Sure.
Let's try that.
Did you hear the "fuck Jake Paul" chants while you're in there?
No, I didn't. No, was that during the announcement?
No, while you're fighting, they were chanting "fuck Jake Paul" a lot.
Oh, is he here?
Yeah.
I guess him.
Daniel Cormier actually just got off commentary to go confront him in the crowd.
Oh.
Yeah.
What Daniel Cormier say? You just get in his face and talk shit?
He said, "I'm going to slap the shit out of you."
Oh, go DC. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, to follow up on that, fuck Jake Paul.
Oh, I agree.
Anthony, to your right over there.
Oh, gotcha.
You know, you've mentioned talked about so much of your experience that you have. Like, do you ever struggle to find interest in, I don't know, challenges in people? Because you fought so many people, like you said.
No, I think some of it is my fight style too. Like, I do put myself in some shitty spot, even as well as that fight went for me. You know, I ended up on my back and you know, he took my back on my way up. Like, I still end up in so guys are still really competitive. So yeah, all the motivation I need is in trying to get to the world title. That's it, man. That's all I need.
And, commentary was really kind of pointing out your jab in this fight. Is that something you feel is maybe an underappreciated part of your game?
Oh, yeah, it has been. Well, I think I would say it was underappreciated myself. I didn't until, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago. I didn't even really pay too much attention to the jab. But as you become a more technical and I don't know, maybe I don't know, like when you have a plan. Like I didn't always have a plan in there. I just kind of went in and fought. So once I really worked on how I tactically approach fights, the jab became a big weapon. Because what just happened?
Chris just.
Weidman just what?
Weidman's ankle just completely went out.
No,
Oh
he got
God, damn it!
He just got so, but
Oh no! How'd he do it?
It looks like he just slipped.
The Anderson thing where Anderson.
Fucking way!
I know you're right. That thing snapped like when he fought Silva.
It literally looked exactly like the same as the Anderson.
Fuck man!
I thought it was the ankle.
I mean, the whole thing was.
Fuck. Did some of my training camp with Weidman. I mean, I said this during the week. I don't know how Chris Weidman's ever lost a fight after training with him. He's the best guy I've ever trained with. And he just can't catch a break. Sucks. Sorry. Well, anyways, finish my answer. Being more tactical, I had to bring in the jab because it just sets everything else. The rest of that entire fight was set up by the jab.
congratulations, Anthony.
Thanks, man.
Anthony, it's hard to not ask about this because we just had your opponent almost had an injury. Now we're seeing another injury.
Yeah.
As much fun as it is to watch these great KOs and stuff, is this a reminder of the seriousness of what you guys all go out there and do when you put it on the line?
Yeah, man. Chris Weidman, maybe he's, in the past he's even admitted that he hasn't always put the work in. He cut some corners, especially when he was champion. He just, you start thinking you're so good, you work as hard as everyone else. The thing that sucks is, on top of injuries and Chris isn't the youngest guy in the world, so depending on how bad it is, who knows what happens. But he really put the work in this time. So just imagine being Chris Weidman. You spend weeks and weeks and weeks training for this. You leave your family, just all the sacrifice, the pain, the sleepless nights and the early mornings to go in and like your body just not hold up. Like I haven't seen it yet, and I'm not sure I want to, but by the reaction of the crowd is pretty disgusting. So for just a bone to break and then you don't get a shot, like that sucks, man. Like, just think about this. It's gonna suck, and he's gonna probably have to have surgery, right? But he's gonna feel that the rest of his life. Like, just hear those cheers. That's crazy to me. I don't know why the fuck we do this sometimes, to be honest with you. It's crazy.
And something I did want to bring back up, you were talking about the leg kicks. Talk a little bit more. It felt like they really were key for you. Is that something that maybe just didn't, up to this point, you maybe didn't utilize them as good because you have so many tools to choose from? Are they becoming more of a bigger part of your game plan?
I really started paying attention to the leg kicks. I've always had really, really heavy leg kicks. I think there's some parts of my game haven't always been as developed, so they don't really work their way in. But if you just take just my leg kick, I think I got some of the best leg kicks in the game. It's just really developing everything around it so that I can land those kicks. And I keep saying it all the time, even at 32 years old, 51 fights in 15 years, I feel like I'm just now getting good. Like I feel like I'm just now learning how to fight. Like I'm following a game plan. I'm really tuned in to Mark and Danny and Scott. I don't know, I just feel like I'm finally getting good. I think I've just kind of gritted my way up to this point, but I really feel like I'm getting good now.
And now does it feel like, now you got these tough prospects like Jimmy Crute coming up. Have you kind of, even though you are still aiming for the title and all this stuff, have you kind of felt like you've settled into this role as sort of like the gatekeeper? I know in time some people are like, oh, don't give me that title because that's just a guy that's not going to the top. But now you are getting saddled with all these up-and-coming prospects. Is there some pride in there knowing that you are the guy that a lot of these cats have been watching for so long, but then they get to come in and test their skills against you, and you keep showing new wrinkles?
Yeah, the pride comes in what I do to those guys when that time comes. And if you really want me to break it down and get really basic with you guys, with bonuses and stuff, I made more money to beat up than I did to fight John Jones. So it's like, if you want to keep feeding me these guys for the same money, the paychecks are the same, whether it's Dominic Reyes or Jimmy Crute. That's why I don't really give a shit. I'm not turning down fights. I'm just as motivated. I get just as prepared. But there is part of me that just feels good kind of knocking these guys back down another level because I don't want them to be successful. It's just, it's really proven stuff to myself. Like, I can't wait to get back and be able to sit down on my Instagram and then start sending all these screenshots back to all the people talking shit. I'm petty, man. I really get a kick out of that.
And lastly, looking at the rest of 2021, what sort of goals are you going to set for yourself?
I just want to win out. You know, I just want to win out. I think this time next year, I'd like to be the #1 contender again. I'm sure that the title is going to be contended a couple times. You know, after Glover and Jan, there'll probably be another one. And after that, I'd like to be the #1 contender.
Congrats. On behalf of MMA Junkie, we suck at picks.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you guys.
Anthony over here, right here on your
There we
leg.
go.
I want to go back to the leg kicks a little bit. I watched your breakdown of the Poirier-McGregor fight, and you said something interesting. You said, you know, the thing about those calf kicks is that there's not really just an obvious answer how to defend them easily. I want to know, it's been a few months since then. Have you guys worked on that in the gym? Obviously, they were effective for you offensively, but I'm wondering a little bit about the defense, too.
Yeah, there isn't. There's not an obvious answer. Like, if you're a guy that's susceptible to calf kicks, some guys are just harder to calf kick than others, depending on the angle of their foot, whether it's out, in, or straight ahead, how far apart their legs are in their stance, how heavy they are on their lead leg. There's like a lot of different things. I just happen to be one of those guys that's really susceptible to calf kicks. So there's not like just you know, if someone throws a head kick, you block the head kick and frame on the leg. There isn't one of them for calf kicks. So you have to adjust your movement. You have to adjust the way that you kind of approach the game and the way that you move in and move out of range. I did a better job on my way in of kind of dealing with the kicks because he threw a couple and I was on my way in and I was able to avoid those kicks. I checked one and I think I just got out of the way of the other. He was catching me with kicks on my way out. So obviously that's a wrinkle that we're going to have to fix because it was kicking me on my way out. So it's process, man. Like, we figured out one part of it and now we realize we got to work a little harder on something else.